I'm Jackson Pierce, and this video is about marathoning TV shows. So a few weekends ago, I was like, you know, I want to see what all the internet fuss is about. I'm gonna watch the first episode of Game of Thrones, so you know, just to see what's going on. So I download the first episode and I turn it on, and I'm sort of like, here we go. So I watch an episode, and then I watch the second episode, because you can't really get a good feel from the first episode. You gotta watch the second. So I buy the second and I watch the second. And then I watch the third. And then on like Wednesday, I woke up from my Game of Thrones coma that I had been in, and I was all disoriented and confused. I'm walking around like, you there, why aren't you drinking wine? And you miss, why can't I see your breast? Yeah, I watched the entire like 20 something hours of the show in days. And now I am really quite sad because I can't watch season 3 because I'm not paying $150 for HBO. I'm not gonna legally download it, and it's not available online for me to buy legally, so I guess I'm just sad. Anyway, I tend to do this with television shows. I tend to marathon them and just watch all of them in like one big go. Sometimes they're relatively short shows, so this doesn't present a huge interruption to my life. Firefly, for example, which is one of my favorite shows of all time, there's only a few episodes. It takes no time at all to watch them in one, you know, sitting even. But then there was the time that I got really into Criminal Minds, and I watched all like 8 seasons that I had missed in the space of 3 weeks. Have you ever watched that much crime drama in a very short period of time? I left my house certain that I was about to be hacked up into little pieces. Like I'd seen somebody who was, you know, upset their car, gotten dinged in the parking lot. And I'd be like, well, you know, based on the color and the placement of that, I'd say we're looking for a mid-30s male, someone that probably works with his hands, perhaps a transient worker, or maybe some kind of mechanic. And the person would be like, you know, lady, I just wanted to file a police report. What's wrong with you? What's interesting though about the marathoning shows thing is that even if the show is bad, I will watch all of it just to sort of get a complete package. I watched all of Lost, for example, even after it stopped being remotely good. I was recently able to wean myself off of Revenge, which was really quite an accomplishment for me. However, there was this one show that I started watching. It came on in, I think, the late 90s, maybe early 2000, called Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey had an amazing premise. It was so cool. It was Batman's daughter, Batman and Catwoman's daughter, who was working with the former Batgirl who had been paralyzed in a fight with the Joker. And I thought that is the coolest premise in the world, and Harley Quinn was a character, which was extremely cool to me because Harley Quinn is one of the best Batman characters. So I started watching and I was excited, and it is terrible. It is so bad. And I knew like after episode 3 that it was gonna be a terrible, terrible show. But I kept watching, man. It was like homework. Like I'd sit down, you know, sorry, I'd hang out tonight, but I've got a lot of Birds of Prey to watch, and it's certainly not gonna watch itself. So anyway, this is part of the reason actually that I have not started watching Doctor Who, is because there's a lot of Doctor Who. Like even if you start with the newer Doctor Who, there's still quite a bit of it. And so I feel like I need to block off a huge portion of my time in order to marathon Doctor Who, because I know I'm gonna do it. There's no way, I'm totally gonna do it. So anyway, do you marathon shows? Are you able to step away from a show when it gets bad, or do you keep watching because you want to find out what the hell that island is all about? All right, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.